up, guys? Happy Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, back to bring you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. Go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. So we've got a brief break today from storms, got a little bit of a downtime between last couple of days and then the next couple of days. So we're gonna enjoy that peace and quiet for the next 24 hours before we move back into storm mode tomorrow. Now it is a conditional risk, looking kind of tricky in the southern plains, so we'll talk about the setup. But after tomorrow, things are gonna start to pick up steam for Friday, where we could potentially have a pretty busy day, specifically honestly through East Texas all the way to the Ohio Valley. So it's gonna be a very expansive risk for your Friday. So getting into all that in a second. Right now, really nice across most of the U.S. You got some cloud cover across the Rockies, and then down south, a little bit of scattered rain through East Texas and Louisiana with the remnants of that front, but really everywhere else is very nice right now. It's a little chilly maybe, 37 in Denver, 49 in Kansas City, only 65 degrees in Houston. So I mean, most places are feeling like early spring, feeling pretty seasonal right now, but overall not too bad across the U.S. Now into tomorrow, here's what we have for our setup. We've got a risk for the Central Plains, yes, and it is from this trough that's getting ready to move through. But there is some question on whether or not storms are going to be able to fire through the southern part of, I guess, the Central Plains, so Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas. We're watching that area right now. As this trough swings through, it's going to start to kind of lift up by Friday and kind of tilt the other way. So we do see some intensification on that as that trough starts to move up towards the Ohio Valley. So looking like Friday could potentially be a pretty good day as that heads through that region. But Thursday, it's starting to kind of deepen that trough, and it's really kind of looking pretty conditional as it kind of tries to ramp up some speed for your Friday. So watching that into the next couple of days. Here's those dew points. Again, we got a dry line here through West Texas and Western Oklahoma all the way into Kansas. However, only one model right now is showing any storms firing ahead of that dry line for your Thursday afternoon through Oklahoma. If that plays out, we could potentially get some large hail, but the rest of our models are showing some scattered showers here and there and a whole lot of nothing else. So it just depends on how strong that disturbance can be as it passes through. And you know, it's gonna pick up steam by the time it gets to Friday, but can it do that on Thursday? That's kind of the question. So there goes that dry line for you Friday into Saturday, and that's when we'll see widespread severe coverage across a large area as well. There's that significant hail model. Again, if we can get hail on Thursday through the southern plains, looking likelier for the northern plains that we could see some, but for the southern plains, if we can get hail, it's probably going to be decently large hail. However, it just depends, can we get hail? Now for Friday, we still have a lingering chance by Friday afternoon to see some hail initially, and then you guys know the drill. Once things start to kind of line out, we transition more towards a wind and tornado threat, and that's likely what we'll see on Friday. So here's the southern plains for Thursday. Again, note, only one model right now is showing any sort of convection or storms developing, and the rest of them are just showing those kind of isolated scattered cells tracking through central Oklahoma for your Thursday. So likely to see some rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder. However, which model is going to win out for the southern plains? For the northern plains, there's a lot more agreement. So we're seeing some storms starting to develop just to the south and west of Sioux Falls, moving up into the city with the potential for some large hail after dark by around 10 p.m. Those are going to continue to move up to the north and east towards Minneapolis, forming more of a line as they move up towards the city and kind of decreasing a little bit in intensity, starting to get a little bit too cold for those to sustain themselves into the Minneapolis metro area for your Thursday, but still likely going to see some severe storms tracking through. So for max hail size, wouldn't be surprised if we get some golf balls into tomorrow, either through the southern plains or through the northern plains. Either has the potential. However, the likeliest to see large hail would be the southern plains if those storms can initiate. But for now, based on the uncertainty of the southern plains, going to leave you guys in a quarters to $half swath. And then for the northern, going to leave you guys in the same as well, since those storms are a little bit more elevated. So for Wichita all the way down to Wichita Falls, you got a chance to see some hail, the lowest of low end right now. So, note that. We'll look at it again tomorrow and see what things are looking like. Right now, if things do initiate, it would be in the afternoon, so hopefully we'll get a better idea of what's happening in this region tomorrow once those models kind of get on board with one another. Then up towards the northern plains, quarters to half dollars with those storms developing up at a little bit of a higher altitude, and so, the hail's going to melt a little bit by the time it gets down to the ground. But ping pong balls through there would not be out of the question, and Sioux Falls, you guys are the city at risk for seeing severe hail into tomorrow. Then for wind, just keeping it down south, since again, those northern storms are a little bit elevated, hard to mix that wind down to the surface. So for Wichita, all the way down to Wichita Falls, including Oklahoma City and Lawton, you guys could potentially see some severe winds into tomorrow afternoon with those storms passing through. Then for tornadoes, it's going to be the same region here. Wichita Falls all the way to Wichita, Kansas, could potentially see some rotating storms. Going to be very scattered, but some rotating storms possible with any cells that can develop into your Thursday. So we'll see what develops with those storms as we get into tomorrow. Then for Friday, now we've got a little bit more storm coverage to talk about as that low starts to get ramping up through the Mississippi Valley. So there we are by noon on Friday, starting to see those cells making their way all the way down into East Texas. And then even more development by around 6 p.m. Now we're starting to see a whole band of storms developing along that cold front that's going to continue to surge off to the east through the Ohio Valley, through Kentucky, even parts of the southeast could get some severe weather through Friday. So very expansive risk for your Friday. There it is. Large area covered there. And all threats are possible. Initially hail as well as wind and tornadoes with those initial storms developing through the Mississippi Valley. Then as things track off to the east, seeing more of a wind and tornado threat through the Ohio Valley. But either way, lots of folks going to be affected by the system on Friday. So make sure to stay tuned to our coverage and we'll let you know what things look like as we get closer to it. But for now, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video. Smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, you can scan that QR code up above me or click the link in our description if you'd like a demo of our products. You can also call us at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And we'll let you know what's going on this week as the events come our way. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.